Comparison of decimal numbers. Here there is a rectangle, and in this rectangle there are 10 columns. Out of 10 columns, 3 columns are shaded green. So what part of rectangle is shaded green? The shaded green part is 3 upon 10 or 0.3 part of rectangle is shaded green. Similarly, the shaded blue part, 7 out of 10 columns are shaded blue. Therefore, its representation will be 7 upon 10 equal to 0.7. 0.7 part of rectangle is shaded blue. Let's compare these two numbers. 0.3 and 0.7. From the area shaded, we know that the blue part is bigger than the green part. Therefore, it implies that 0.7 is greater than 0.3. Numerically, 0.3 and 0.7, both the numbers have 0 in its ones place. So we will compare the digits in the tenths place. 7 is greater than 3, hence 0.7 is greater than 0.3. In other words, 0.3 is smaller than 0.7. 3/10 is less than 7/10. Now look at the green part of the square. In this square, we have 3 out of 10 columns which are shaded green. So its representation will be 0.3. In the second square, we have 100 small squares. So the representation of the shaded green part is 3 upon 100. It is equal to 0.03. Now look at this square. This square is divided into 1000 small rectangles. And out of these 1000 small rectangles, 3 rectangles are shaded green. Therefore, its representation will be 3 upon 1000. It is equal to 0.003. Therefore, the representation of green part in these 3 squares are 0.3, 0.03 and 0.003. From the pictorial representation, we know that the green shaded part in the first square is bigger than the second square, or 0.3 is greater than 0.03. Similarly, the green shaded part in the second one is bigger than the third one. So, we have 0.3 is greater than 0.03 and 0.03 is greater than 0.003. It means 3/10 is greater than 300th and 300th is greater than 3000th. Now let's learn the concept of equivalent decimals. What are equivalent decimals? Decimal numbers having same value are called equivalent decimals. Now look at this rectangle. It has 10 equal columns, and out of 10 equal columns, 3 columns are shaded green. Therefore, the shaded green part is represented as 0.3. In this figure, the rectangle is divided into 100 small rectangles. Out of 100 small rectangles, 30 rectangles are shaded green. Therefore, its representation will be 30 divided by 100 or 0.30. 0.30 part of rectangle is shaded green. If we look closely in these two images, both the figures are representing the same amount of green. So we can say 0.3 is equal to 0.30. 3/10 is equal to 30/100th. This is an example of equivalent decimal. Therefore, 0.3 and 0.30 are example of equivalent decimals. Now look at these two numbers, 3.3 and 3.30. These two numbers are equal, or we can say these two numbers are equivalent decimals. Similarly, 45.50 and the number 45.5. These two numbers are equal. Hence, these two numbers are equivalent decimals. Similarly, for the number 75.70 and the number 75.700. These two numbers are also equal and hence are equivalent decimals. Similarly, 0.600 and the number 0.6. These two numbers are equal. Therefore, these two numbers are also equivalent decimals. In equivalent decimals, numbers represents the same amount.